In this video, we're going to look at adding on and taking away a 10 using the most efficient strategy that we can use. We're going to also look at using a less efficient strategy and see which is better. So let's take a number like 16. Let's get our counter out and we'll pop it on number 16. If we had to add on a 10 to 16, we could do it the long way. We could take 10 jumps. We could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We would get 26, and we've taken our jumps to where the numbers are getting bigger. Or we could use a more efficient strategy, and a more efficient strategy would be just to jump down into the next row. So the unit number stays the same, because when we're adding on a 10, the unit number stays the same. It's only the tens digit that changes. So I could keep adding on lots of different, if I wanted to find out what 16 add on 20 is, I could just keep going. I could add on a 10 and then another 10, and that would be 36. If I wanted to find out what 16 add on 50 was, I would go down with my tens. I would go 1 10, 2 tens, 3 tens, 4 tens, 5 tens, or plus 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and I would end up with 66. Now the same is true when you are taking away, except you're reversing. So if I wanted to know what 66 take away 10 would be, I could do a less efficient strategy. I could count backwards to where the numbers are getting smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'd end up with 56. Or I could go up a row, up into the next row, the row where the numbers are getting smaller. The unit digits are staying the same, the tens digits are changing, the tens digits are decreasing by 1 10. So 66 take away 10 is 56, and I've worked that out just by counting up into the next row. If I wanted to know what 66 take away 30 was, I would count up. I would go 66 take away 10, take away 20, take away 30, and I would get 36. Now, 66 and 16, I think I have to take away 50 from 66 to get 16, and I know that because I added 50 onto 16 to get 66. So let's see if I'm right. 66 take away 50 is 16. 10 take away 10, take away 20, take away 30, take away 40, take away 50. So you can see that if you count upwards straight into the next row, that's taking away 10, and if you count down into the next row, that's adding on 10. And when we're adding on ones, for adding on ones we go this way to where the numbers are getting bigger. For taking away ones we go this way to where the numbers are getting smaller, and we can mix as well. So if we wanted to find out what 16 add on 24 was, okay, let's have a look and see how we would do that. We would take some jumps down, so we'd better take our 24. Let me see where my chalk is. 24 is the number we want to add on. We're going to split it up into a 20 and a 4. Now you can do it either way. You can add on the 4 first, like you would do if you were doing the written method, and then you can jump your tens, or you can jump your tens and jump your 4. You can't do that with the written method, so I'm going to do both. So 16 plus 24. In my written method, I must always, there's my TU for tens and units, I must always add the units first. Always, always, always. So 6 and 4 is 10. So I'm going to keep the 0, but because it's too big to fit in the units column, because it has become a 10, it must move into the tens column. So 1 10 and 2 tens are 3 tens, and another, the little 10 that I brought over, is 4 tens, 40. So I'll show you both ways of doing that then with the 16 adding on the 24. We can do it the same as the written method. We can add the 4 first and then add the 20. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. I've added on my 4, and then I'm going to jump down, add on 10, add on 20, and I make it to 40. Or I can do my tens first, because when I do my mental calculations, I can change things around to make it easier. I can add on a 10 and a 10 to make 20, and then I can add on 1, 2, 3, 4 to make 40. But remember, if you're using the written method, it's always the units, always the smaller number first. But in mental maths, we can change things around a little bit, whatever makes it easier for our brain to calculate. So let's do one more, and then I think we'll have got the hang of it. Let's do a takeaway one. How about if we start with a big number like 77? Okay, and we're going to take away 31. Okay, so I'm going to show you the written method as well. 77, and we're going to take away our 31. Now, this is quite an easy number because we don't have to borrow anything to get this, because I know that 7 take away 1, that's possible. That's 6, possible without borrowing. 7 take away 3 is 4. So can you see the way there's my little tiny t and my tiny u? I did the units first, and then I did the tens, and I know that 77 take away 31 is 46. So let's see if we can show that on our mental maths. I'm going to do it the same way as I've done it on the board. I'm going to take away the 1 first, and then I'm going to take away my 30 because I have to break it up. So 77, take away the 1 is 76, and then count back my 30. Minus 10, minus 20, minus 30, 46. Or I could have done the tens first, because in my head I can do it a different way. I could have gone count back 30, 10, 20, 30, and then count back 1. That's the difference between the written method and the mental maths method. So hopefully that will have been useful, and hopefully now you'll be able to count back in tens and add on in tens and ones as well in the most efficient way. I hope you get on really well with that. Best of luck.